Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In the video lecture series you're about to watch, I'll be explaining everything you need to prepare for CELPIP Writing Task 2 or the survey task. Just like the Task 1 Writing and the Speaking tutorial series, I'll be going over everything in an easy and understandable way, walking you through the process and sharing my tips and strategies with you along the way. We'll start by understanding the task and brainstorming ideas. I'll then go over the paragraphs and outline of your response, teaching you some useful structures and language boosters to help you fulfill the aims and task requirements. I recommend you watch this series from the start and complete the tasks that I assign to you following each video. When you're done with the series, you will be amazed at how easy it is for you to write a structured survey task response that satisfies the task requirements and brings out the best in your writing. Welcome to my CELPIP Writing Task 2 Masterclass. Hi everyone, and welcome to my CELPIP Survey Task Masterclass. In this series of lessons, I want to teach you everything you need to prepare for writing a great survey task response. We'll be covering everything from understanding the task all the way to proofreading our work at the end. But first, we need to understand the task well. This way, we can avoid the many problems that arise from a poor understanding of what the examiner actually wants from us. Let's begin by taking a look at some sample topics. As you can see here on the screen, I've shared two sample topics with you. Let's begin with the first one. Read the following information. Work lunch survey. You work for a company and your employer is considering serving lunch to employees in the office at a small discounted fee. A survey has been sent out to staff asking for their opinion. Choose the option that you prefer. Why do you prefer your choice? Explain the reasons for your choice. Write about 150 to 200 words. And the two options are: option A, management should offer pre-packaged lunch to all staff. And option B, offering pre-packaged lunch to employees is not a good idea. So as you can see, we have a scenario or a situation, and we are given two options to choose from. Let's take a look at the second example. This time, we have a school curriculum survey. The school board in your town has proposed a change to the students' curriculum. They have sent out a survey to all residents to see whether they agree with this change. The instructions are the same, and the two options are: option A, the school should continue to focus on traditional subjects such as history, art, and literature, and option B, the revised curriculum should focus on teaching skills that help students to find a job. So once again, a scenario is provided, followed by two options to choose from. So for this task, you're supposed to write a response in which you choose one of the two provided options by providing reasons and then supporting those reasons with explanations, details, and examples. As you can see, you have 27 minutes to complete the task, and you must write between 150 to 200 words. Now, as you can see, this is a range and not a minimum word count. In some proficiency tests, such as the IELTS and TOEFL, you're asked to write at least 250 or 300 words, and there's basically no upper limit. So you could write as many words as your time allows you. In CELPIP, you need to make sure the word count falls within the range. So basically, no less than 150 words and no more than 200. Now, In the two sample topics we reviewed, you can see there are two parts. The first part on the left is called the description. This part provides you with some background information on the topic. For example, it explains the conditions that led to the survey and the choices. In the first topic, the description explains that the company you work for has decided to offer pre-packaged lunches at a discounted price. In the second topic, we find out that the school is thinking about changing the lessons offered to students. In case you find some difficult words like curriculum, try to use the context to guess its meaning. Normally, the test designers will avoid challenging vocabulary, but in case they have no choice, they'll always provide enough context to help you make an intelligent guess. The second part of the question, which you can see here on the right-hand side, is called the instructions. This is the part where you're given two options to choose from. In the first topic, you must choose between having or not having prepackaged lunches. In the second topic, the two options are focusing on traditional subjects, such as history, art, and literature, or skills that can help students to find a job in the future. This brings us to an important distinction between two types of questions in CELPIP Writing Task 2, apples and apples and oranges topics. In apples and apples topics, the two provided options are basically the two sides of the same coin. Should we offer prepackaged lunches or shouldn't we? So supporting one side means the complete rejection of the other. In contrast, in apples and oranges topics, you're given two different options. For example, should we focus on traditional subjects, or should we offer courses that are useful for finding a job? As you can see, these are separate alternatives, and supporting or rejecting one side does not necessarily result in the confirmation or rejection of the other. Now, the difference between apples and apples and oranges topics will play a role in the way we later brainstorm ideas or plan our paragraphs. So it's important for us to understand the difference at this point. Okay, so now that we've covered the task and the format of the prompt, it's time to review some of the most common questions that students have and some of the most common mistakes that are made. The first question that many students ask is whether we should write a letter or an essay in response to this task. For example, do we need to start our response with a salutation, like we did in the email task? Or can we just treat it as an essay and start with an introduction? The answer to this question is you can do both, but an essay format is generally preferred. Remember, your job is to state your preferred option and support your choice with reasons and examples. Writing a letter or email overlaps with the other writing task and also wastes a lot of words on elements such as the salutation, the opening, the closing, the leave-taking. Instead, we could use these words to further explain our position and provide more evidence in support of our opinion. So my advice is to write an essay-type response rather than another email or letter. The next question I often get is whether we're allowed to write a balanced response in which we agree with both of the options or perhaps reject both of them. Now, while this can seem like thinking outside the box and evidence of critical thinking, I strongly advise against it. The task prompt has provided you with two clear options to choose from. And the last thing you want is for the examiner to say you failed to follow the instructions. So just choose one of the two options and avoid a balanced response which may be regarded as failure to address the task in a thorough and appropriate manner. Okay, now that we've familiarized ourselves with the task and its format and expectations, let's quickly go over the course outline and see what you will be learning from me in this course. We'll start this tutorial with the pre-writing phase, in which I'll teach you how to brainstorm ideas and draw a clear paragraph outline for your response. Next, I'll introduce the structures and templates you'll need for writing a clear, understandable response that checks all of the examiner's boxes. I'll introduce some nice language boosters to help you increase your lexical score. Finally, we'll learn about editing and proofreading before I show you some nice walkthroughs where you can watch me demonstrate everything I've taught you with a real example. All you need to do is follow my lead. By watching this masterclass tutorial, you'll have the confidence needed to show your real ability in writing and get the score that you truly deserve. Okay guys, I hope you liked this video. Following each lesson, I'll be giving you a short task to complete. Completing these tasks can help you internalize and practice what you have learned. For this lesson, I want you to decide if the topic provided in the video description is apples and apples or apples and oranges in nature. Leave your comments in the chat box below. In the next session of this tutorial, we'll look at the process of brainstorming and the strategies you need to come up with ideas even for topics you may find especially challenging. So I'll catch you all in the next one.